mid-November.
I'm Stacy Skaggs.
Set your sights on Shooters, Northern Michigan's premier archery pro shop. Carrying bows from top manufacturers like Bowtech, Prime, Quest, 10-Point, Striker, and more. With prices starting at $300, we have the bow to fit your budget. At Shooters, we also service, set up, and tune your current equipment. Schedule a lesson or sharpen your skills on any one of our 3 archery ranges. It's all indoors, so the weather's always right for archery. At Shooters Indoor Gun and Archery Range, just west of Menards on US 31, Traverse City.
A lot of tire companies claim to have great customer service and a can-do attitude, but at Cadillac Tire Center, our commitment to you is our #1 priority. From tires to brakes, suspension and alignment, Cadillac Tire provides quality products and service at the best price in town. No price matching games at Cadillac Tire, just exceptional service for every customer.
Visit Cadillac Tire Center and discover the difference local makes.
In the Crosshairs is brought to you by Clam Lake Beer Company. With 40 beers on tap, great food, and great fun. Don't miss what everyone's talking about. Clam Lake Beer Company, Mitchell Street, Cadillac.
Taxidermy work for In the Crosshairs has been provided by Scott Keatsman of Linwood Taxidermy. Stop in and find out how Scott can keep your memory alive, one trophy at a time. This week's show has also been brought to you by Out the Door Rent to Own. Whether you're in need of furniture, electronics, or appliances, stop in and see Kevin for all the great deals. Out the Door Rent to Own, located on North Mitchell Street, Cadillac. Well, good morning, Northern Michigan, and welcome to this week's In the Crosshairs Hunting. I'm Stacy Skaggs, and we got a great show coming up today, just as always. But before we get into the show, we would like to wish all the moms out there tuning in this Sunday morning a very happy Mother's Day. And like I said at the beginning of the show, we are going to be doing some hunting at the Buckpole Ranch in Marion. First up is Kevin Spears with all of the kids that he did in the youth hunt entry in his magazine. And then we're going to jump in a stand with Jeremy Castle as we did a management hunt on a crazy buck that has an even crazier story. What do you say we get out there, let's meet some kids, introduce you to Kevin Spears, and let's get hunting. I'm joined with Kevin Spears, and he is the owner of Hooks and Bullets. Hooks and Bullets is a weekly, monthly?
Bi-monthly
publication that's available out here in Michigan, and it's basically hunting
and fishing
magazine.
Just
available,
about Michigan,
and it's like available at gas stations,
right? Convenience stores, sporting goods stores.
Okay.
Welcome centers.
Cool.
Yep.
And what Kevin did, which is pretty cool, he has a giveaway, and we're here at CP Oneida. We're at the Buckpole Ranch in Marion, and you did kind of like a contest.
Correct.
It's
entry.
An entry.
Right.
And this is for the kids, just for the kids. 2 does and 1 management buck.
Correct.
Now, how does this work? They sent in the admission or the entry fee?
We had a page in the magazine with an entry form on it,
okay,
and the rules, and the sponsors were listed, and all the kids just mailed in their entries. We had 3 different age groups, from 9 to 17.
Okay.
And 1 kid from each age group was picked. The next issue will have an entry form. We have a charter boat fishing trip donated every year.
Okay.
And 3 kids, it's called Take a Parent Fishing.
Okay.
And they get to take one of their parents on their fishing trip. And
that's pretty cool.
We do that out of Manistee. So
that's with Killin' Time Charters.
Killin' Time Charters,
yep,
correct.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep.
And and it's all about getting the kids back into the outdoors. This is a great way to do it right here. The weather is kind of iffy.
We've had better.
We've had better weather, but you know what?
It's hunting.
It's hunting. The kids are going to have a good time. Yep. I'm pretty sure they're going to see some animals.
Oh, so, absolutely. I've been out here before, and this is a nice ranch. So.
Now, this is your second year, third year?
This is our second year that we've done this. Claude Pollington donates the deer for us to come out here and do this hunt. And we have some food that gets donated, and we have a meal for them, and a couple of other prizes, some knives and hats and some books. And they're out on the ranch right now taking a tour, and pretty soon we're going to be gearing up and heading out for the afternoon.
Yep. Well, the kids have already shot the guns. They've all got them dialed in. And then Jeremy and
Let's see, we got John out there, Roy's out there. They're basically out there right now showing them where we're going to be setting up. They're going to come back, we're going to gear up, we're going to hit the stands. But Kevin, thanks for having me down here.
Stacy, thank you very much. I'm glad to have you on board with us here this year.
Absolutely.
So here we are. We've got 3 kids. Now, who gets to shoot the buck and who gets to shoot the does? Well, Kevin come up with a pretty cool system. He drew 3 cards out of a deck, and whoever got the highest card would get the buck hunt. Well, Nathaniel, congratulations and happy birthday, because that was a pretty lucky guess.
All right, first of all, congratulations, you guys. You're going to be going hunting for 2 does and 1 buck tonight. And we're going to pick out 3 cards here, and I'm going to lay them on the table, mix them up.
Are we done?
And we're going to go from youngest to oldest, drawing a card. Whoever gets high card gets the buck hunt. Okay? Let's see what we got here in this deck.
Is the ace high or low?
We're not going to use an ace, so we're not going to worry about it. How's that?
What about the Joker?
How about those 3 cards right there?
Right there.
All right. So the king's going to go on the buck hunt. Is everybody watching where the king went? You didn't? All right. Who's youngest here?
Me. The birthday boy.
Birthday boy, that's right. Should we sing a happy birthday? Oh! Right off the bat, ladies, I'm sorry. We know who our buck winner is. Congratulations.
All right. So we're all set. We know who's going after the buck, and we know who's going after the does. The kids got some food in their bellies. They sighted in their rifles. Now it's time to jump in the stand and just wait for the action to unfold. Well, we'd only been sitting in that blind for about 10 minutes, and a lone doe walked out to feed on the corn. And we knew it wouldn't be long before a buck would have to come out of there and join her. And all of a sudden, Roy taps me on the leg and says, "Don't move, big buck, right to the shack." We looked out the right window, and all I saw were antler tips. Sure enough, here's a great management buck. He's walking right to the doe. Nathaniel, I think you're going to get your birthday wish right here, bud. Now you may be asking yourself, this is a super deer. This is a big buck. Why is this a management buck? Well, there's a few things that you need to take a look at. One, this is a huge bodied deer. Look at the belly on this boy. It looks like he's pregnant. Big pot belly. He's got a sway back. You can see the sway in his back. Long neck and a big head. Big old Roman nose. He's got a lot of mass, but he just doesn't have much on the tines. This is the ideal management buck. And as soon as this deer turns to his left or to his right, I think Nathaniel might get his first buck. Stop him. Okay.
Oh yeah, you drilled him. You drilled him, buddy.
There he goes.
He's just spewing blood.
Good job, Nathaniel.
He was pouring. Nice job, buddy.
I'll shake your hand. Good job. Good job.
What do you think?
It was awesome.
Is that worth the wait?
How long did we wait?
10 minutes-ish. I don't know.
Yeah, that's nice.
Well, great shot, Nathaniel. And thank you, Kevin Spears, for bringing me down there to film this hunt. I had a blast meeting all the kids, hanging out with everybody, and being able to share this experience with Nathaniel. Hopefully, anybody else out there watching this that wants to get in on this action for this upcoming fall, here's what you have to do. You got to go get yourself a copy of Hooks and Bullets. And in there, you'll find an entry form. Fill it out and send it to Kevin. There's 3 age groups again, and it's from 9 to 17. And again, this is a free bi-monthly publication. Who doesn't like free? Everybody likes something for free. Well, here it is. It's got articles, it's got recipes, it's got tips, and I just talked to Kevin last week. He's adding 8 more pages, so there's going to be more great content in the magazine. Find these at sporting goods stores, convenience store, wherever Kevin has them set up at. Get yourself a free copy of Hooks and Bullets. But hey, we got to step aside. We got to take a short commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to jump in a stand with Jeremy Castle on a crazy management hunt that started in October, and we ended it in December. We'll be right back after this. Looking for a new pair of hunting boots this turkey season? Then look no further than Northwoods Feed and Supply of Cadillac, with the area's best selection of hunting boots from Irish Setter and Muck boots, in all sizes and many styles to choose from. And don't forget, spring is the time to start your mineral site and get your food plots in, with minerals like Lucky Buck, Big and J, and Trophy Rock. Seeds from rape, clover, buckwheat, just to name a few. So whether it's boots, seeds, or mineral you need this spring, stop into Northwoods Feed and Supply, located on Boone Road, Cadillac.
In this economy, who doesn't need a little extra cash?
Or a lot of extra cash, for that matter. At Ace Buyers here in Traverse City, we turn your unwanted items into cash.
Everyone has stuff around the house they wouldn't mind getting rid of for a little dough. Guns, gold, guitars, you name it, Ace buys it.
Don't want to sell your item, but you need cash now? Ace Buyers will buy your item and give you time to get it back.
When life happens, you have more options than you think.
Ace Buyers, South Airport Road, Traverse City.
Car City. You know, I get asked all the time, why should I buy my car at Car City? Well, maybe it's the free warranty you get with every car. Maybe it's the money-back guarantee you get. Maybe it's that your credit doesn't matter and just $39 down delivers any car. Maybe it's there's 500 cars to choose from. You know what? It's all of those. Now, who else could do that? Come on, when you need a car, you get a car at Car City.
Hey, Car City.
This week's show has also been brought to you by Camo Creek Hydrographics. From skulls, big and small, flashlights, knives, if you can think it, Kevin can dip it. And by Farm Bureau Insurance, the Shane Strickler Agency. Contact Shane for all your home, auto, commercial, and life needs. Farm Bureau Insurance, your Michigan insurance company. And by Uncle Bob's Smoky Mountain Premium Sauce. Available in both hot and mild. Uncle Bob's makes whatever you put it on that much better. Find them online or at a retailer near you. Well, hey everybody, welcome back to the show. Now, let's join Pro Staff member Jeremy Castle of CPO Night of Bows back at the Buckpole Ranch doing the management hunt. Now, this hunt started in October, a week after the youth season. We laid eyes on this buck, and we instantly wanted to kill this deer. He completely went on the ground. He disappeared. We thought for sure the coyotes got him. Now it's the second week of December. Cold, snowy. We're sitting up in there just whacking stacks, some does and some management bucks. But I'm just gonna let this story unfold. Let's get in the stand with Jeremy. Check this. Just if you guys watched last week's show when I said you want to see how long a deer can live on one lung, well, don't change the channel.
We're up in the North Pine on Claude Powlington's Buckpole Deer Ranch. We're in a coop because it's about 15 degrees actual, but with the wind chills a little colder. And we're gonna try to shoot some does or good management buck, and maybe we can get 1, 2. Let's worry about 1 first, but let's see what we can do. We got some there's some hay out in the field, some hay bales, and we put a little corn out just to sweeten the pot today. Of course, there's some corn cribs out in these big fields here that they can get to, but hopefully we'll get some deer come by. A little snow in the air. We're rocking. Stacy's gonna keep us warm.
So here, Jeremy and I, we're sitting in the stand. We're watching some deer come through there, some does and some younger bucks. When all of a sudden, all the way across the field, here comes our buck. Working on 3 legs, same goofy looking 8-point rack, big bodied, but he's got 150 yards to come. He's got to get all the way into us. And we're losing camera light, and we're just hoping and praying that he would just get in there with just enough light just so you could see this deer. And again, these cameras are a curse. They can't see what we can see. We can see the deer perfectly fine, but the camera just can't pick up enough light. I understand this is not the greatest, the most clearest footage, but we could not pass up the opportunity to shoot this deer after it's been 2 full months of looking for one deer.
Okay, now I can see him. He's cornered kind of hard. Now he's gonna dance to me. Yeah, I can see him now. Yeah. I need him to turn. You can take him right there. Let him to turn a little bit more. I think he's gonna take off. Oh, he's hurting bad. Do it.
Okay, I gotta ask you a question. Did something about that shot just not look right? We thought the same thing in the blind. We replayed this shot 466 times in the blind. We thought, well, Jeremy thought he missed. I knew he hit the deer, but it looked like he hit it way low in the brisket, and we thought that it came out right here, and we were like, oh no, what just happened? But it was only 7 degrees out. So we ran back to the truck, looked at the footage 40 more times, and realized, okay, we hit it. Let's go back now. Let's check the arrow. Let's see where this deer went to.
We question the hit there. It's just full of I think the footage when we looked at it, it looked like it was right there, but I'm not sure. There should be just solid blood on those fletching, but it's been what, about 40-45 minutes now. It looks good on film, but I've never seen an arrow quite look that way. I know he ran straight off. Oh, there we go.
Oh, there's blood right there.
Blood and hair, so that must have been, I don't know how the arrow flopped backwards.
There he is. I think he's done.
See that leg there? He was just laying that down, but I think this whole shoulder's
busted off.
It looks like plate right there, but this leg's all bent up.
Well, you see,
we seen this deer in October when we were up in a tree stand up in the front woods chasing, well, he was trying to chase does, but that was what, like mid-October or something. And now we're coming into mid-November.
This is December.
Or December, yeah. How did this deer live that long? And actually, look at that. I thought the shot was here. That's where we kept looking, and we thought it went through the brisket, but actually I'm back good. It was
You're right.
quartered.
Quartered away.
Just
It's perfect.
slightly. I'm gonna flip him over and see what it is here. He definitely grew funny horns. I don't think.
You know, you might be right. He might have been wounded last year.
1, 2, 3, 4. But that beam is the opposite side. But I'm gonna roll him over here and see if it came out. That's weird. That arrow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Come out. Come right out the bottom and right behind that leg. It's a perfect shot.
Perfect shot. Good deer. Nice heavy deer. Look at the head.
Grass out of your way here. Well, you can see that leg. It's just.
It's all
not good.
Poor thing. Well, first I want to say congratulations, bud. This is the 2-month quest. Scrub management 8-point. This was a big deer, but again, we couldn't figure out why its leg was all jacked up and the opposite side of its rack was screwed up. And I wish I could show you guys this, but I just can't because it was way too graphic and it would just offend too many people. But a lot of hunters out there would probably appreciate this. This deer had been shot the year before. This deer had lived over a year and a half with an arrow and one lung completely gone. It looked like spider webbed. It was just a nasty mess in there. And we know it was an arrow because we found the arrow inside of the deer. So this is gonna come full circle here when we come back from this last commercial break, which is gonna get us into this week's segment of From the Bench. And it's also your tip of the week. I'm telling you right now, if you pop one lung, a deer will live. But we're gonna get into that right after this last commercial break. If you want your whitetails to reach their true potential, then you need to get the stuff in the orange bag. Help your deer get massive with Massive Mineral Mix. This is something that's good to the deer, and more importantly, it's good for the deer. Get it in now and get it on the ground. It's a simple 3-step process. Find your site, open up the bag, and pour it on the ground. It's that simple. So if you want your deer to reach their true potential, get a massive with Massive Mineral Mix. The mix in the orange bag.
Is your credit standing in the way of getting a great car? At Car City, that's never a problem. We've helped over 30,000 people with bruised credit get the car they need. You get to choose from over 500 cars and drive away in your new car in about an hour. All it takes is $39 down. We make it easy at Car City. Call us. Visit us online. Come see us. Remember, when you need a car, you get a car at Car City.
Hey, Car City.
Is your home or business in need of a little TLC this year? Then check out Bigelow Supply of Cadillac with the area's best selection of CertainTeed shingles in many patterns and colors. And while you're there, make sure to ask about their 5-star warranty on all their roofing products. Vinyl siding brands from Fairfield, CertainTeed, just to name a few. And for all your roofing and siding installation needs, there is only one name to call, and that's Bigelow. So no matter if it's windows, siding, or roofing, there's only one place to go and one place to call. Bigelow Supply of Cadillac. Well, hey everybody, welcome back to the show. And like I said, now we're going to get into this week's segment of From the Bench. And as always, From the Bench is brought to you by the Cadillac Evening News, your trusted, local, connected source for all Northern Michigan news. Now, this week's segment, I really want you guys to just step aside and just listen to me first. Jeremy's deer is a perfect example. That deer had lived over a year and a half with only one lung, with an arrow stuck in it. I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. A one-lung deer will not die. They will die if you hit like an artery or a vein that's going to keep pumping blood. Then they will. But most of the time, you pop one lung, you're not going to find that deer. That's why we shoot heavier arrows, solid 3-blade broadheads, put a hole in, put a hole out. Deer's done within 100 yards. I don't care if you're shooting squirrels, if you're shooting antelope, or if you're shooting elephant. You pop both of their lungs, that's a dead animal. If you're trailing your animal this fall and it's went 150, 200 yards and it has not laid down and you haven't found it, you need to stop, mark it, and get out of there, because you didn't hit it as good as you thought you did. I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm not trying to make anybody mad. If you have hit it through both lungs, it's probably going to die with an eyesight. So again, your point, your tip of the week, your point of this whole thing is, if you have not found your animal within 150, 200 yards, please stop, mark it, and get out of there, come back, because it's going to take it a little bit of time. If you gut shoot it, this is 99.9% always fatal, and I'm not saying to take a gut shot because it's not very fair for the animals, but it does happen. You have to give this animal 12 to 15 hours minimum. I don't care if it's 90 degrees out or if it's 30 below zero. You've got to give this animal time to lay up. A liver shot is dark blood. It's almost blackish blood. It won't be a whole lot of it, but that's a fatal shot, but it's going to take him 15-20 minutes. Lung shots are the easiest. They're brighter pinkish blood. They got bubbles in it. That's a lung shot deer. If you hit both lungs within 150 yards, 150 tops. Most of the time it's 100 yards and they're dead, because they're just pumping out the blood. They lose oxygen to the brain. They go down. The whole segment, the whole point of this is why we shoot heavy arrows, solid 3-blade broadheads. We don't shoot mechanicals, because I've blood trailed too many deer that were shot with a mechanical that the arrow only went in 6-7 inches. We never found the deer because it only popped one lung. Heavier arrows, again, like I've said in the weeks before, will help you penetrate, pop both lungs, find your deer. Again, I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm not trying to be cocky. I'm not trying to make anybody mad out there. But if you're blood trailing your animal and it has went 200 yards and it hasn't laid down and you have not found it, you need to get out of there, because all you're going to do is push it and you probably never will find it. Let it lay. When you're in doubt, back out. That's what they all say. Now I'm going to tell it to you again. When you're in doubt, you back out. But unfortunately, we have ran out of time for today. From all of us here and In the Crosshairs Hunting, as well as our great partners, we certainly hope you enjoyed this show as much as we've enjoyed bringing it to you. And until next week, I'm Stacy Skaggs, and we'll see you here again for another great episode of In the Crosshairs Hunting. I'll see you guys then.